Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmade. Oh man, I tried to do this episode for like 2 days, but I was so freakishly busy, you cannot believe it. But today I have a full day of Starmade actually. So what I'm gonna do is just produce a tiny teensy little episode right now to show you what I have done in between the episodes. I have been harvesting a lot, I have been producing some blocks and have been building up some money, not too much actually, because I have spent it already again on tons of blocks for the Mothership, which only the cannon is loaded in at the moment. Also, you might realize there is no face cam currently. That is because I am not 100% happy with the quality so far. I have to wait for the lights that I ordered. Unfortunately, they didn't arrive today. I hope they will tomorrow. So maybe there's 1 or 2 episodes without the face cam, but after that it's gonna be right back, and then hopefully in a rather good quality. But other than that, tonight I'm going to have a special guest in my Starmade series. You might not realize, but we are actually on a multiplayer server and there are lots of people on it. Well, not lots of people, but there's like 19 IPs registered at the moment. And tonight I'm going to play with a special guest. I'm not yet gonna let you know who he is. You will see in the next episode, which by the way is going to launch tomorrow or at least the day after. So there's gonna be a whole lot of Starmade in the next few weeks. And I don't want to feel stuck in our current stage anymore. The next few weeks, this planet, the Mothership and everything in this series is gonna go dramatically upwards. And even though that was kind of a grammatical nonsense, you know what I mean, and we can look forward to what's coming. But nevertheless, let me quickly show you around the factory, which modules I have bought myself. And maybe if we have the time, we are going to expand on the factory in this episode, because the next episode, the special guest episode, is going to be dedicated to the Mothership, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But enough babbling around, let's get to the episode. Sweet, sweet, our beautiful factory, here it is. So the setup is still the same as before, but some stuff has been going through the process actually, and we have tons of those crystal circuits and alloy metal mesh. We also do have a few capsules, and I've already started producing a bunch of the hulls we can produce. We will not be able to produce tons of each type of hull, but we should at least be able to get a lot of blue hull, black hull, and I believe green? I'm not sure, but I do have the materials for a lot of hulls of some types. Currently I'm just letting the grey hull do its stuff. This thing right here is gonna produce grey hull all the time, and this chest is taking them in. So right now we have 350 hull blocks which we can use in order to produce some more, so we can actually activate those guys, and we should be producing enough. White hull, are we producing? No. Oh, that is an issue. So all of the grey hulls actually got snatched by the first 2. Oh, that is not good. So maybe we are gonna stop those guys. I didn't realize. I was kind of hoping it would distribute them like evenly. Or can we change? No, we cannot change the quantity of how many are being pulled in. So maybe that's something Schema could still add, so that you have the option to actually choose how many are being pulled in. Unless I oversee it. If I oversee it, please let me know in the comments. But looking at it right now, I think we should remove this block right here, and we should set them up individually, so we can always choose which hull we are gonna go for. So we're gonna produce some green hull and hopefully also some blue hull, because black hull I still do have plenty. I think I still have about 30,000 in my chest or so. But nevertheless, everything should be landing in this chest. Come on, come on, come on. And yes, we are getting the hull. Of course, I could up the count a little bit, so maybe that's something to consider. Also, I believe there are like factory enhancement modules, which might make the whole process a little bit faster. But I do not possess one currently. We should maybe have a look in a shop. But nevertheless, that's basically all that happened in the factory. I've been producing a bunch of hull, and I've also collected them and brought them up to the Mothership right here. Oh geez, it looks really poor when it's not loaded in. And what I've also done is I've sold everything that I still had from all the previous episodes stored in my chest. I just sold everything and I bought myself a bunch of modules which we will be able to use tonight. So let's actually leave this place and we're gonna spawn ourselves a small little ship, and we're gonna go back up to the mothership, which is hopefully gonna load in completely. Oh yeah, there it is. And let me tell you guys, after tonight you will not recognize the ship anymore. Well, okay, that was maybe a little bit exaggerated. You will still recognize it, but it's gonna be so much better. And why is that? Because of the teamwork. Anyways, here we are on the mothership. Let's try to snatch back this core block. So right here I have stored a bunch of materials. I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's just stuff that I wasn't able to sell because I have so much of it. Right here we have all the modules or ship modules which I was able to snatch myself from shops. Salvage modules I actually also produced myself in the factory. And yeah, all in all I've spent too much money. It is much more survival-ish, the Starmade thing, so that took me quite a while. Oh yeah, and before I forget it, I have spawned in a bunch of salvage modules as I announced in the previous episode, because we have lost them and I couldn't find them anymore anywhere in my chests. Some of it is cheated in, but you know, sometimes I cannot be bothered. But I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm gonna try to let you know every time I do use cheats, but most of the time it's just for compensation purposes, so that I don't have to do stuff over again, which I have already done. Nevertheless, right here we have a bunch of ice crystals, lava and foliage which we might be able to use. We also have plenty of glass blocks. Those glass blocks are still from a previous update where we were able to take apart space stations in their full beautifulness. And right here we have all of the building blocks which I currently possess. The blocks we are actually producing in the factory are different. I'm not sure if that is because those guys are still from a previous update. I also had a few of the other colored blocks, but I got rid of them because there were just too few. And we need quite a few to get something started. Maybe we can make a pattern using the white or the red armor. That would be cool, so we are not just sticking with black and gray. But the black and gray is first and foremost in order to get this baby into shape, and once we are dealing with the details there are gonna be lots of other colors. Well, not too many. I don't want to make a bumblebee out of it, but you know, some kind of a good mixture. But anyway, since we are already looking at the mothership, there is one thing we have to discuss. I have asked you to name the mothership, to give me some suggestions, and as per usual you did an awesome job. Let me just show you all the suggestions. I have written them down. I hopefully haven't forgotten one, but this is the list. There are really good names actually in there, I have to say. A lot of funny names, a lot of good ones. But there were actually about 4 people who voted for Big Bertha, or Big Bertha. How would you say that in English? Probably Bertha, right? I'm not even sure, but I do recognize the name, and I think it might actually be suiting. So if you guys will not be complaining in today's episode about the name Big Bertha, then I will officially name it in the next one, and we're gonna break a bottle of champagne. That's another thing Schema could actually add. But nevertheless, let's do some building down below. Well, let's do some more getting rid of stuff. I shouldn't do voices. oh guys, you cannot imagine. I mean, this footage was all 12 times the speed and I did cut out a whole lot of stuff. This took me at least 2 hours and my hand really hurts. I must have clicked, I don't know, a dozen thousand times? I shit you not. I think the next time I will actually add a counter when we remove one of those segments, and I will show you just how many times I have to freaking click. I mean, what you can do is go for the sweet spot and then remove as many as possible. Also, I've been using symmetry planes the whole time, but eventually you're still faster if you just, you know, start clicking through it and try to get a good angle for most of it. It's not worth it to aim for each block. So there's of course a lot of useless clicking going on, but nevertheless, I mean, it's just necessary in order to get rid of these freaking segments. But yeah, that's one more almost done. We still have to fill it up with a grass layer, of course, but I think I'm actually gonna do that off camera because I'm really tired and I need to have a break before I actually start recording the next episode in a multiplayer fashion. I need some sort of a break. But since we are now gonna have at least 2 episodes of Starmade per week, maybe even more, it's not too bad, I think, if we, you know, wrap up the video right here. But at least I can guarantee you that we are slowly but surely going where we want to go with this planet. I have been delaying and postponing it for such a long time, and maybe I can even convince my fellow special guests tonight to help me remove one more of the segments. But nevertheless, I sure hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave your likes, supports and comments. I'm really glad that you guys are so interactive in this series. It really means a lot to me. And don't forget to check back tomorrow or latest on Friday for another episode of Starmade. Have a great time and see you soon.